You know when you get a really stubborn knot in a shoelace
Hmm.
and your first instinct is usually just to yank the ends as hard as possible.
Yeah, which I mean always just makes it worse.
Right. It just makes the knot tighter. Well, welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at this idea that we've been treating our bodies exactly like that shoelace.
We really have. We're digging into a collection of instructional manuals, video scripts, and some book excerpts from Trudy Baker. She's the creator of a practice called Quantum Body Sculpting.
And our mission today is really to explore the science of connective tissue,
Hmm.
like why gentle movement might actually succeed in reshaping the body where aggressive force completely fails.
Yeah, because to understand why yanking that knot fails, we really have to look at the material the knot is made of,
Right.
which is fascia.
Right, the fascia.
Right, it's this web of connective tissue that surrounds all our muscles, bones, and organs. It literally shapes the physical proportions of the body.
But the sources say that when it's subjected to intense force, like, I don't know, surgery or aggressive workouts, it goes into what Baker calls protection mode.
Exactly. It contracts and gets rigid. Baker's insight here is that when fascia is subjected to intense force, it doesn't build, it
It
defends.
defends. Wait,
Uh,
I have to push back a little on this standard fitness narrative,
Oh,
though.
sure.
Like, if aggressive workouts trigger this biological lockdown,
Hmm.
have we just spent decades fighting our own anatomy? Because, I mean, bodybuilders obviously reshape their bodies using extreme force.
Well, they do build muscle mass, yeah.
Yeah.
But extreme force, whether it's heavy weightlifting or even strict diets, causes the surrounding fascia to contract.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so Baker argues that kind of repetitive strain locks the connective tissue into a highly defensive, rigid state. It traps the tension.
So our physical shape isn't just like genetic or fat. It's an architectural map of our physical and emotional stress.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Decades of physical holding patterns and stress just lock up our natural proportions. The body isn't actually broken.
It's just stuck in a defensive posture.
Yeah, completely stuck, which means you cannot force a biological defense mechanism to simply turn off by attacking it harder. You have to bypass the threat detection system entirely.
Okay, so if the fascia is locked down because it senses a threat, we can't beat it into submission. How do these sources suggest we actually signal safety to our connective tissue?
Well, quantum body sculpting uses this non-force-based biomechanical approach. It shifts the environment of the tissue using meditative breath work and heart-led intention.
Right. Which brings us to the 5 diaphragm release from the manuals.
Yes.
And they aren't just talking to the thoracic diaphragm we use to breathe. They target the pelvic, abdominal, cervical, and cranial diaphragms too.
That's right.
But mechanically, how does breathing into those spaces actually reshape fascia? Like, what is actually happening?
Well, by systematically directing breath and intention into these specific areas, you stimulate the nervous system. You actually shift it out of that sympathetic fight or flight mode.
Oh.
Yeah, and without that chemical stress signal telling the body to brace for impact, the fascia literally has no biological reason to stay contracted.
So just let's go.
Exactly. The tension melts and the tissue begins to unspool and naturally reorganize itself.
It really reminds me of coaxing a frightened animal out of hiding. You know, you can't just reach under the bed and drag it out by the collar.
No, definitely not.
You have to sit quietly, create a safe environment, and, well, let it realize the threat is gone so it comes out on its own.
That is a perfect analogy. And when that internal environment changes, Baker's manuals claim the results are highly specific and measurable.
Wait, really? Measurable how?
Well, the gentle unspooling of the fascia is reported to yield a 3-centimeter waist reduction in just a 20-minute session.
A 3-centimeter reduction in 20 minutes.
Yeah, alongside reduced puffiness and lifted posture.
That is wild. So I guess for you listening, whether you are lacing up your sneakers for the gym today or just sitting at your desk, this completely reframes how we view physical tension.
It definitely makes you reconsider how you respond to your own body. I mean, we rarely notice the tension we hold in our jaw or our shoulders or even our breathing throughout the day.
Our holding patterns are a literal record of what we've been bracing against.
They really are.
So we leave you with this to ponder. If our connective tissue physically weaves and locks itself together based on our protective reflexes, what physical shape are your daily, unnoticed stresses literally molding you into right now? Try to be kind to your shoelace knots today.